shot. What up to Stevie, Mimi, Scrap, yo? I'm on my love and hip hop. Yes, so solid, it flows through my body. And if you got it, love, I'm told that's where God is. I'm Tyrone Diggins. Whenever love is given to be pragmatic, I'm just an addict for your love. I got a habit. My problems disappear when love's connected. I never wanna take back an hour, minute, or second. What a blessing. Love ain't proud, it ain't rude. Love, it rejoices in telling the truth. Love is so patient, kind, it doesn't envy. Love your friends, love your enemies. I hope this love sink in. Got love for my neighbor, agape phileo. Let me be more convincing. Maybe you can dive in and exegete or censor, dissect the scripture where Bishop we show love. Or if you a sinner, transgender like Bruce Jenner, well, Caitlyn, we show more love. We use basic math, don't subtract, divide it. God can take one love, then add or multiply it. Don't wanna swear by it. I promise if you don't have love, your life will be full of the opposite. And that's a big mistake. You trying to demonstrate all love in sync like Justin Timberlake. And that's a big mistake. You trying to demonstrate all love in sync like Justin Timberlake. If it cost $1 million, or if it was free, I love you, you love me. Let's put love together. Love sing, love sing, love sing, love sing.
Hey, once again, let me get my glasses off. Sorry about that. Hey, once again, this is Brother Darryl McGriff back with Love Sync Ministry. This is Love Sessions, aka God Sessions, because as we say here, 1 John 4:8, he that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love. And as they say, you can hang your hat on that, believe that, take that to the bank. I always say here on Facebook Live, make sure that you click the like button, the heart button. Make sure you leave comments, whether you like it, don't like it, need to do something different, stay off the Facebook altogether, whatever it is, so we can start monetizing this thing. We need you guys to like and do some comments on it and shares and all that good stuff. On the YouTube side, we need you to do the same thing. We need you to comment. We need you to share. We need you to like. We need you to subscribe. The main thing on the YouTube side is comments, likes, and subscribing. So we need you to subscribe on the YouTube side. And what I need you to do is when you subscribe, I need you to put it on public so I can see you. And the reason I need to see you is because when we monetize this thing and we start giving money away, and I say, I'm going to take the 100th subscriber or the 250th subscriber, then when it pops up there, I need to know that that was you. I need to know your name. I need to know you were the one. So to make sure that you understand that and we can get this going. So what I'm going to do, because Mr. Lamb is running late, and what's so funny, he texted me and said that he's running late because he's down at the car dealership buying a car. So now, you know, when you go to the dealership, how long it's going to take you. And he should know better because that's where I first met him in the late 90s. I got him a job when I was working at Toyota Freeman over in Hearst. So that is funny that him being at a dealership is having him running late, and that's how we met. So, but what I want to do then is to get this thing going so that you guys will see. Again, we're trying to monetize this thing to give the money to you. It's not for us to hold on to or anything like that, you know. And it kind of, I mean, in this day and time, people are making money with YouTube. I have no problem with that. You make your money how you make your money. The thing that gets me is what we are ministry oriented. So we're all about God. We're all about love. So when it comes to money, we want to give it to you because we want to show you love as God will show you love. So when we monetize this thing and make money, like I said, we want to give the money to you. So to see how this thing works, what I want to do, again, if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, go into the Love Sync Ministries. Now on Facebook, Love Sync has a space between it. On YouTube, Love Sync is just one word, Ministries. So go to the Love Sync Ministries YouTube page, hit subscribe, make it public so we can see you, because what I want to do is for the 100th subscriber. That subscriber, that's the 100th subscriber. I need to see your name, know who you are, so I can get in contact with you to guess what? Get you $100. That's right. So if you go to the Love Sync Ministry, just like on the back right here, Love Sync, one word. If you go to Love Sync Ministries on YouTube and you are the 100th subscriber, so that means you click on that subscribe button and you are the 100th subscriber, then I would definitely contact you. Make sure you put it on public so I can see who you are. I would definitely contact you to get you your $100. And if everything works out right as we keep this thing going, oh, another thing on YouTube, you have to go watch the videos. You can do it that way too, like your subscribes, your notifications, and also you can get monetized by the number of hours of the videos that are being watched. So we got tons of videos out there from when me and the wife were doing love talk. And so you can go and check out some of those along with the love sessions. So make sure you click on some of them old videos, just watch them, see what's going on, put some hours on those videos. And like I said, put me some comments, do a lot of subscribing, notifications, so that way you'll be notified when the shows are put on YouTube. But the 100th subscriber, go public on the YouTube so I can see you, so you can get this $100. All right. So I'm just going to shoot the breeze until Mr. Lamb appears. Like I said, he's at the dealership. He says he's going to be running late. So I see while I'm doing this, I have one of my old time friends on the chat that I've been trying to get her and her husband, or just her or just him, to set up a date and time to go ahead and do their interview, but they haven't done that yet. Miss, I don't want to put you out there. So Miss TD-B, you know who you are. So hey, so I want you guys to do that, and also send us, you know, that if there's some people that you were like, hey, this person would be interested. Like I said, saved, unsaved, it don't make no difference to me, because we're gonna show everybody love. And this this portion of Love Sessions is kind of a spinoff from our radio show that we had down when we was in Irving at Salem Communications, called the Gospel Roundtable, where we invited any and everybody down there, but we just wanted to show people love. We had a gay pastor down there. We had some bisexuals on. We had some atheists on. We did a whole bunch of stuff. And I'll do the same thing, because all I want to do is just show people love and let them know that God is present on this earth through us. So no matter what your belief is, we want to show you that God is love, and he talks to anybody. Hey, just like Jesus did, we'll talk to anybody. Just because we talk to you don't mean we agree with you, but we still will talk to you to show you love. So, you know, so you say it's coming, huh, Miss TD-B? We'll see what's going on then. But yeah, so like I said, so if you have somebody that you want us to interview, or, you know, either shoot us their phone number or email or whatever social media stuff so we can get a hold of them. Or if you want to be interviewed about your walk, what's going on with you, and if you have something, like most people that we interview, we know for the most part they are believers, and then they usually have a business or a book or something, so we get into that too. So if you know anybody out there like that, or if you want to be, then just hit us up on Facebook in the Messenger. Again, you can go to lovesyncministries@gmail.com and do it there, or matter of fact, with my number, you can give us a call at 972. Now I got to put on my glasses. Y'all see how old I'm getting. Call us at 972-767-6430. That's 972-767-6430. And I'll put it over there on the Facebook page, so that way you can do it there also. But when Mr. Lamb comes up, he has a great testimony. I was knowing him when he was, like I said, a young man out there. You know how we all were for the most part when we were young. We were doing things that we didn't have any business doing. And so this young man has really turned his life around. and you will see, and he could talk and speak on what he did, what he was doing, and how now he has turned his life around, and the things that he started doing, what he has become, and what he has gained now, putting all his trust and faith in God and what God can do for you versus you trying to do it on your own. So I can't wait for him to jump on. Miss TD&B, you got any questions, anything out there you like to talk about, or anybody else that want to jump on and tell Mr. Lamb anything that's on your mind, whether it's what's going on today, tomorrow, next week, or whatever the case may be. Just hit me up right there in the Facebook chat, and we'll see what's going on here. Like I said, we just waiting on Mr. Lamb. He's at the car dealership buying him a car. So hopefully he'll get through with that as soon as possible. Oh, and I know one thing while I'm out of here. You say, well, I see you got Love Sync Ministries, and you got Love Talk and Love Sessions. They even had Love Note, because again, everything that we're based on is based on 1 John 4:8. After all these years, like I said, God just woke me up, and that whole scripture just changed my whole walk. So 1 John 4:8, as we always say at the beginning, he that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love. Boom. And that just changed everything for me. So that's why everything is Love Sync, Love Talk, Love Sessions, Love Notes, God Talk, God Sessions, God Note. It's all about God and love, and making sure that you understand it's one in the same. If God is love, then we are to do the 1 Corinthians 13 and be that spiritual love, be that love walk, as I call it, that, you know, I got it right here. I always got it around me, that you will be 1 Corinthians 13, and you will be that love is patient, love is kind, love does not envy, love does not boast, love is not proud. And when I say proud, you know, you can be proud, like proud of your kids, proud of your accomplishment, but don't walk in a pride where you just egomaniac type thing. Love does not dishonor others or be rude. Love is not self-seeking / selfish. Love is not easily angered. And you definitely got to remember that. And the other good one is love keeps no record of wrongdoing. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. Love always protects, trusts, hopes, preserves, and love never fails. That's what we want you to get in your spirit. That 1 Corinthians 13, get that in your spirit, walk in that, meditate on that. And that goes hand in hand with 1 John 4:8, that God is love. So you walk that out, walk in that, walk with that, and you shouldn't have an issue at all. Anything that you're going through, if you truly if you truly believe that God is love and God loves you, and you love God in that same way, and you love yourself that way, there's nothing that you can't overcome. There's nothing that you would be scared to walk in or do, because you really truly believe, as my last guest, just right there at the 12 o'clock hour, Miss Verena Peace, as we talked about it, and she said that she sold out. She truly believed and trusts in God. So there's nothing that she stresses about, and there's nothing that she worries about. There's nothing to be afraid of, because when you truly believe that God has you, then what do you worry about? If you go around quoting all these scriptures and, you know, greater is he than me that's in the world, and God this and God is great, blah, blah, blah. But then as soon as something happened, you panic. Then did you truly trust God? Did you truly believe in his word? Do you truly believe God has you? Let me see what Miss Tracy is saying. Showing love and seriously practicing self-care in the midst of the chaotic times. We can't control what others say and do, but we can control how we respond. And we should always respond in love, no matter what's going on. Because what we have to remember, that if God has us and God has our back, and greater is he that's in me than he that's in the world. If you truly believe that, then you don't have to worry about what other people say or do, because your job is to be God, aka love, on this earth, and that's to walk in God. That is to walk in love and show that at all times, as you always hear me say, constantly and consistently walk in God. Be love to everybody that you see. Be that love. Be God, because you might be the only love that people has received or even been shown through their whole life. You can't, you might not be able to believe that, but there's some people that never really received or got or was shown true love, aka God. They were shown, they was giving lip service about it, but they weren't shown God, true love. So make sure that if you're going to walk this walk, as me and my first interviewee today said, that make sure that you are sold out, that you truly believe, have trust in that God loves you, and love yourself the same way God loves you. And you two together can't go wrong. You can't make bad decisions. You won't make bad decisions because you love God and love yourself too much to hurt yourself. And one thing also is that you have to build that relationship with God for you to then understand the love of God, to love yourself, to be able to love other people as God loved them. And you can't build your relationship with God through other people. You have to build that relationship. You have to pray to him. You have to read that word. You have to understand and love God, the word, and yourself. You have to do that. Nobody can do that for you. To have somebody else do that is like you liking somebody. You truly liking somebody, but instead of you going to talk to them to find out how you could build a relationship with them, what you do is you send somebody else. So that's like if I like a girl, but then I say, hey man, I send my best friend, hey man, go over there and find out what's her name, what's her number, and where she lives. Then he come back. This is her name, this is her number. Okay, do me a favor, call her and then see if she'll call me, or when can I call? So if you keep using somebody else to talk to somebody for you, then how can you build a relationship through somebody or with somebody, because you keep going through somebody else? You have to be the one that talk to that person. You have to be the one that build that relationship so y'all can get together and know one another. You can't do that through somebody else. So you have to do that. So that's how you have to build your relationship with God. You can't keep asking other people to do this for, pray for me, do this for me, do that. No, you talk to God. If you read your word, you'll see it says that that veil has been torn, where now you can talk to God yourself. You can get the word directly from God, aka love yourself. You don't have to depend on somebody else to do it. You can do it. You can get that word. So don't be scared. God's not going to bite you. Don't let people that taught you bad teaching to make you scared to be able to speak to God. He speaks to everybody. Don't go and think God only speaks through the pastor, the elder, the deacon, and the whatever. Again, the veil has been torn. You can speak to God one-on-one and get your knowledge, your revelation, your love directly from the source. Directly from the source. You don't have to go through man. You can go to God. A lot of times, all man is doing for you today is being a confirmation of what God told you. Because sometimes, again, we not sure. We waver a little bit. God will tell us something and show us something that we should move on, but then we won't move on because we haven't built that true love relationship with him to know his voice. So God will have us and tell us to do something, and then we won't move on it. But hey, you got to get in there. You got to move on it. So hey, speaking of moving on, I tell you what, right now, ladies and gentlemen, he just popped on. So let me pop him in real quick and let you guys put your hand together for my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, put these hands together for Mr. Dorian Lamb. What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing, man? Sorry, I'm in the car. I just got my new car, so I didn't get a chance to prop up and set up like I wanted to. So I decided to just jump in a new car and talk to you from here, man.
It's all good. I don't have no problem with that at all, because I just need that ride, you know. Nah.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man. Well, let me start how I always start my shows, man. I always ask 5 quick questions to get the juices flowing, get you ready to rock and roll with me. So my first question to you is, what would be your spirit animal?
Man, I don't know. I haven't. That's a good question. I hadn't thought about that. That's the first time. Honestly, that's the first time somebody asked me that question.
All right. So since you're in the martial arts, would it be the tiger, a dragon, or what's up?
Yeah. So I like the panther or a lion.
Okay, I got you. I got you. That's cool.
Black Panther or a lion.
All right. So what month were you born in?
I was born June 9th.
June 9th. So what's that zodiac?
I'm a Gemini.
Gemini. Man of many faces. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Well, since you got a car, my next question is, what's your favorite car?
Man, I want to go old school. I want the 83 Regal tricked out, and a Dodge Challenger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if you was going on a long trip, would you rather drive or fly?
Honestly, fly.
Fly.
I don't like long driving trips.
I don't know how this goes, but hey, do you prefer being married or single?
Well, that's an interesting question. Let's go with married. Eventually, because I want to be married. Yeah, eventually married.
All right, cool. All right, now that we got that out the way, now we can get serious. All right, so like I asked all my guests, it's going to be like a two-parter. It's like, when did you get saved? But then when did you start taking your walk with God serious? Because sometimes there's a difference with folks.
Well, yeah, I got saved, oh man, 20 years ago, over 20 years ago. I grew up. The good thing about me, the spirit was already in me, because it was like, it was taught to me early. So I always believed in God, always loved God, always loved the idea of God. Got really saved like 24 years ago, but didn't really start, the walk start happening with me gradually. The more I learned, the more I got strong in my spirit through the years, is what eventually collectively made me stronger, strong like I am today. But it took a while, because I was in my 20s, and then you learn more when you're in your late 20s, your early 30s, and then now into my 40s. So recently, what made my walk real strong, I would say, like, as strong as I am now, would be like the last 10 years. Mm-hmm. Last 10 years, real strong.
Okay. So let me ask you this. What do you think was the difference? Okay, I think, and I guess I'm doing that because I'm trying to it's kind of getting a sense of it, because it seems like we all went through that. We go to church and we say we got saved, and we even get baptized when we're 19, 18, 19, 20. We go to church on Sunday, but then at the same time, we still going to club, we still sleeping around, we still doing things. And then all of a sudden, like I said, then it seems like when you get older and life has hit you with a couple things, then you're like, man, I need to take this thing serious. Why do you think we go through that? Instead of like, I'll answer my own question anyway, but why do you think we go through that?
go through the things we go through in life.
Yeah, instead of like says, instead of like at a young age taking the word serious then and walk with it, why we don't do it until 10, 15, 20 years later?
Well, if you're a true child of God, I got two words for that. Appointed time.
Mhm.
Appointed time. I believe it's appointed time for every man, every child of God's walk is appointed time. Some people get it earlier. Some people don't. It's up to, I think it's all about the individual. Sometimes I believe that me personally in my life, that God allowed things to happen because I, I don't believe that when we're going through that walk, we're not essentially all the way that strong all the way instantly. So through the times and trials and tribulations in life and through learning, you get stronger. And I call it building that spiritual immune system. And so I do believe that everybody's walk is different and some walk is the same. But I do think that sometimes going through the trials and tribulations are what makes you stronger in your spirit and your walk with God.
And I was thinking earlier, I was trying to figure out, I say, man, where did I meet Gerald? And I was like, because at first I said, well, I met him at Toyota, but then I remembered I got you that job. So I had to meet you before you got to Toyota, but I can't remember where I met you at.
Well, what it was that my daughter's my son's mom introduced me and you.
Oh, okay.
She at the job because I used to drop her off working there.
Oh, okay. She was working up there at the the reception up front, right?
Right.
Okay.
And then I start when then she would tell me about you. Say, hey, you like this guy? He's cool. And then she introduced me to you when I start working there.
Okay. Good. I'm just trying to remember, how did that get kicked off? Now, how old were you at that time?
At that time I was 20, 23, 24 years old.
Okay. And so I know then you was going around. So what was your mindset around that time? Because I know you was doing the dance thing, and then you had on all your red all the time. So what was your mindset and what was happening with you at that age?
I was in the streets. I mean, it was just, that's what it was. I mean, I wasn't thinking about really nothing but partying, kicking it and hanging out, gang affiliated, being in the club, fighting, shootout, been stabbed, been in that. That's all I was doing, mainly the whole time. That was my life every day, every day.
Yeah. So, and then, like I said, then your girlfriend introduced us, and then I know now that wasn't your son, was it? Was that your son then?
The one that's my boy. He's the one that's 20.
Okay. Man,
Yeah.
Dude, that time go by quick. Good.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, Derwin Jr., man.
Yeah, man. Good. The little bitty baby when y'all was over there. Okay, good. That's a long time ago. But so now, when did you start slowing down and said, okay, I got to get out of this lifestyle, all this gang banging and fighting and shooting and stabbing and looking over your shoulder? So when did you start slowing down?
It took a while. Took a long while. I mean, I thank God every day for watching over me and my life, because I was just not in the right mind, and I was I really didn't have to do all those things, and I was trying to prove something to myself and to my peers. But it took me a while. It took me into my early 30s. Early 30s. It really slowed down for me about 33.
Okay.
33 years old.
So what made you make that change? What made you start slowing down?
My son was the initial brain that sparked my brain to say the love that I had for him when he was born. God had to allow him to be born so I can see a different way of thinking. when my son was born, I loved him so much, and I wanted to be a part of his life, and that was one reason. And then I got married. Although I'm not married to this woman now, that I think God used that as well to start slowing me down, because it took me down a few notches being married and then raising another stepson who's now 26. He was 6 years old when I got in his life. So watching him while my ex-wife would go to school, taking care of him, and then and being a husband, it wasn't a great marriage at all, but it did save my life for me to slow down at the time. So that was what that was.
Okay. And so now you're saying about 10 years ago is when you start really taking this thing serious, and you have a daughter now, right?
I have a 3-year-old daughter.
3-year-old daughter now. So now let me ask you this. So now, between all that time, the 20s and the 30s, and now you're in your 40s and you're ready to you're taking this thing serious. So now how do you feel that now that your walk truly changed you as a man?
I mean, what are you saying?
So how does your faith, how does your walk with God now, how do you feel that changed you as a man with what
because I had to go through it with God. So I was definitely, like, as they call it, one of those guys that was in the desert, in the wilderness. Like, some people, like you were saying earlier, they think they can go to church, read the Bible, and do this and still live this kind of life. Well, what happened was I kept calling on to God for the things in my life to change. And I asked him, hey, I don't care if it's not good for me. If I think it's good for me and you don't think it's good for me, I don't care how much it hurts me or bothers me. I'm willing to do what you say. And he took me through a lot, he allowed me to go through a lot. And that's what strengthened my spirit, because a lot of the miracle things that happened in my life were things I know that it couldn't have been done if God was not leading my walk. I went through it all. So from losing my business, almost being homeless, being broke, not having a car, anger issues, marital problems, women problems, all those things. And he just started taking those things away from me little by little, step by step, moment by moment. And I had to learn to deal with the patience. So that's the number one thing, is with this walk with God, it's a patient thing. So I had to learn to be patient with this walk, because sometimes I wanted the things to get there faster. I wanted it quicker. But God had to restore my spirit. He had to restore my heart and restore my mind. And he wanted me to be patient. And with that patience, made me stronger in relying on him. And when he would start showing me things that he was doing in my life, I wanted more. And it made me more intrigued to be closer to him, because things that I prayed for, things that I desired, he started doing. And it was like, wow, I was amazed. I said, wow, so he really does this. And so that's what it was for me,
All right. So I just want to say something real quick, because, I always talk about the love walk and our walk with God. And as I always tell people, and you gave it perfect. I said, because when you fall in love with God, just like falling in love with anything else, and just like you said about your son, you said once you had your son, you fell in love with your son and you wanted to do better. You see what I'm saying? You wanted to do better for your son. And that's what I tell people. Once you fall in love with God, then you want to do more. You want to find out more. Nobody has to tell you anything, because you want to do it because you love God. And that's also, you're also showing a love for yourself, because as you want to know God, aka love, then that helps you to love on yourself, because you're learning through loving God how to love yourself. So then
that's right.
So then that way you can love others. So now with now you being like, and like I said in my earlier interview with the young lady, with my two kids, see, it was they didn't get the best of me, and that's one of my regrets, because at the time I didn't know any better. But now that I know, but with my daughter, because she's the eldest, so see, she just got good guy and then religious guy, and then my son got religious guy, and at the end he started getting the love guy. You see what I'm saying? So now in your walk, what did your kids get?
Well, my son got you know, because his mom moved back to Colorado when he was a baby, so I was flying back and forth all the time. That's one thing that I decided, that I said I was going to do, and I made this promise to myself when my son was little. I said, I don't care whatever happens, I'm going to always make sure that I try to be there. And I did that. But the good thing about it is him living in Colorado and me having visitation where I would fly down there and he would come down here for summers and Christmas and holidays and spring breaks, and I would go up there for his birthdays. The good thing about it is that he didn't get to see the bad side of me.
Okay.
See that? And I'm thankful for that. He didn't get to see that side. So all he got to see was me loving on him. And then when he got older, me loving on him and talking to him about God, speaking to him about God, and talking to him about his faith, and even telling my son the things that I did wrong in life. So I did go and tell him the things that I did wrong, the things that I did. So he got a chance to witness that. And then when he was 15 years old, he moved down here to live with me, to finish his junior and senior year in high school. So he got a chance to live with me, and he got a chance to see me on a daily basis and how I moved and how I walked and everything like that.
All right, cool. So now let me ask you this. So now then, when did you start getting into the MMA fighting and stuff?
A lot of people don't know I've been involved with martial arts since I was like 6 years old. And I've always liked it, taken a liking to it. My mother was a fighter, a martial artist, point karate fighter. My dad, my uncles, boxers, kickboxers, fighters. So that was something that I've been involved with since I was a child. And when I got older, I got into other sports, basketball, track, football, baseball, all those other things. So that kind of took myself to a different direction outside the martial arts. And then I got inquired by the thugs in the street life, and then hanging out with those guys took me way off my direction. And then I went to jail at a young age. When I got out, I linked back up with my cousin, and got to hanging out with him and linked up back with the guys that was involved with the street mentality. And I almost got caught up a few times. And then when I was about 25 years old, that's when I said, man, it clicked back into me. So I was like, what am I going to do in my life? I can't sell drugs. I can't do this. I don't like working for people, but I got to right now. But what do I ultimately want to do in my life? And that started hitting me, and it clicked back onto me like martial arts. This is what you're good at. But it's a crazy thing, because if somebody would have told me 25 years ago that I would be doing this well and what I'm doing now, I would have laughed. But I just believe that God used martial arts to open up other avenues in my life. And that's how I look at it and take it. And that's when I got back into it. I started competing again, started fighting again, started training my ex-wife. She was a pro fighter, started training my stepson, and I built my boxing team. And then I was competing at the time. I did a couple pro boxing fights in there, kickboxing fights, and I won a world title in kickboxing in 2008. I won an elimination tournament in IKF, and then had a couple of MMA fights, another couple of boxing fights, and then some kickboxing fights, and then stopped fighting in 2010 and just continue on coaching fighters and building fighters and stuff like that.
All right, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, like I said, so you went from winning, so now you're a winning fighter. Then, excuse me, then you go into the instructor part of it, instructing people and teaching them how to fight. And now, and I went by there because I just happened to find you on Facebook, and I like, what? No, he don't. And I was like, my man has got a gym, and I said, I got to go check this out. So I came over there and checked you out. And so how did the gym come about? When did you start doing that?
2000, one of my students, he's actually one of my students. He was a fighter of mine, Alex Madrid. He was getting out the military, and he started training with me. He was getting out the military, and I was getting him prepared for a couple of amateur fights. And then one day he said, "Hey, coach, I just got a little money from the military. What are you thinking about opening up a gym?" I said, "Hey, let's do it." So we came in together. He put up the money. We found a building, created the name. Phalanx MMA was the first name that we used. In 2010, but we opened up, grand opening in 2011 off of Hewlin Road in a shopping center. Was there for 3 years. And then we both was new in business, so we didn't know what to do business-wise. I knew everything about coaching and teaching, but business is a whole different monster, a whole different animal. People, I realized that. And so we both he was losing money, so he sold the gym to one of our students, like uncle. Two girls that trained with us. She asked her uncle if he had a lot of money, if he would buy the gym, so he did. And then so Alex got out of it. I stayed and ran the classes in the gym. Then eventually they wanted to go a different way. Sat me in one day and said, "Hey, we want to go Krav Maga route. We don't want to do MMA and jiu-jitsu no more. So we'll keep the jiu-jitsu, but we will get away from the striking and all that." So then I didn't have a place to go, and didn't have money either. And so he paid me for the month, and then I wasn't ready to give up. He gave me back the name, Phalanx. He gave it back to me. I had my ex-wife start looking for places to go, start looking for gyms. People thought I was crazy. They're like, "Why are you looking for gyms and you ain't got no money?" I said, "Because I'm built different, and I'm just going to go on faith." Found the building I am now. Where I'm at now, found that building. And some students of mine from the previous gym called me and was like, "Hey, I know you're trying to open up a gym. We don't have a lot of money, but we can at least buy the mats, buy some bags. We can cover the first deposit of rent, first month of rent." Gave me a little time. Had a lot of students transfer over to the new gym. So we was able to transition, and I had some signups. We did a grand opening, opened up the gym April 2013. So we're like, I've been there 8 years. It'll be 9 years in April. Did that, signed up students. Still didn't know much about business, and was kind of winging it, and just kind of learning and picking up as I was going. Had a lot of trials and tribulations. Had a couple of business partners that failed, and then led up to me having the best business partner I have now. But the key of the story is I just never gave up. I had to learn as I was going on, and I've been there 8 years. I've been a fighter my whole life, so I just knew not to give up and just had to learn as I was going. And then finally got people in place that can handle that part of the situation and let me do my part. And gym shut down. The gym shut down a couple of years ago because I couldn't keep it up. Lady locked the doors on me, left all my stuff in there, lost my car, was on the verge of eviction in my house, apartment. And then somebody called me and said, "Hey, man, we're going to help you out with some money to open up the gym." It wasn't much, it's just to get the gym back open. And then I met a buddy of mine, and he linked back up with me. And then the guys that helped me open up back the gym, I linked up with them, linked up with some new guys and my other buddy, and got some investors. And then I paid the other guys back to help me to open up the gym. And then I got a new business partner and then got the investors. And then we've been rolling like that since.
Right. Yeah. Well, I tell you what, man, I'm proud of you because, again, like I said, now everybody just now, hearing your testimony. But like I said, I knew you back when you was a young man, and the things that you were doing and what you was going through and your mindset and everything that's happening to you. And so that's why all these years later, when I finally saw you on Facebook and saw that, you had become a fighter and you won, and then now you're an instructor, and then I also not just being an instructor, but then you got your gym and everything that's happening to you now. I am just so proud and thanking God, and also thanking you to allow God, because if you didn't allow God to enter your life to give you a different life, then you might be in jail right now. But or worse, right? So I'm here to just let you know, bro, that I'm proud of you because I know where you were, and I know where you came from, and to see you with your own business, you won fights, you're instructing other young men and women, and on top of that, you getting your speaking engagements and all this other stuff. Man, that's just a testament to what you could do once you, like as people say, once you let go and you let God do what God has for you.
Man, that means a lot to me. And I was talking to my lady a while ago about you. And I guess you don't know what you did for me too, man. You was a good friend to me and a good brother to me, and you try to help me out. And I don't ever forget those things. When I was younger, you would try to talk to me and help me out, take me to lunch, speak to me about different things. And when I would get mad, you would try to talk to me and help me and all those kind of things. And so, those things mean a lot to me. Small world. You do know my lady, by the way. Her name is Adair Byerly. Her dad
What? Get out of here, boy. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. No, it's not. Fred, my main man, Fred Byerly's her dad. Oh, yep. Get out of here, man. Oh man, this is a small world. No wonder Tracy jumped on here after all this time. She don't never come on, but she gonna jump on here now because you talking to her daughter. Ain't that nothing? That is a small world, man. It is a small world. And so, well, at least I know you got good taste in women, that's for sure. So that's good.
She's great, man. She's great.
Yeah, man. That is man. You hit me with one there, bro. Because I sure wasn't that. You really hit me with that one. I was like, what? Oh man, that's too funny. So yeah, it is a small world, but yeah, man. So, bro, let me tell you, man, I want you to hang in there, man, and you let God love on you. You keep loving him and loving yourself, loving your daughter and everybody that you deal with, because with you being an instructor now, you have so many people that you come in contact with, and so, as I always say, that you can be the representation of God by showing them love, no matter who it is, what they believe, how they believe. You don't have to try to convert them. It's not your job to convert anybody. All your job is to do is show them God, aka love, and that's what you do. You show everybody that you deal with love on a constant and consistent basis. All you doing is planting that seed of love. Let God give the increase. That way you don't have to stress about it. You keep doing that, man, and God is going to take you to different heights, bro. We probably see you on one of these TV shows or something, doing your master class or something like that, in your motivational speaking and stuff. So, man, you just keep doing what you're doing. And, man, I should, man, you done messed me up with that last one there, bro. That's you done connected some dots, man. That is too funny. But, hey, bro, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like y'all to put y'all hands together for my main man, Mr. Derwin Lamb, from Rags to Riches. That's what that is. That's the Rags to Riches story. So, brother, you take care of yourself, man. Be blessed. Continues to walk in love. And I'm gonna have to come back out there, to get a few of my jabs in, see what's up.
Yeah.
See, but man, you take care of yourself, bro, and hang in there, man. And like I said, remember, God always loved you. He's never gonna forsake you. So you keep remembering that and just keep doing what you do, bro.
I will do. Thank you, brother. Appreciate everything.
All right, bro. You take care. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's my man, Derwin Lamb. Like I said, I'm gonna call him from rags to riches. Tracy, you messed me up. See how y'all do? See how y'all do me? You knew that the whole time, huh? That's why you just sit there and ain't say nothing until now. But hey, y'all, what I want you guys to see is that just like he said, never give up. No matter what's going on, never give up. Always see your vision. Always know that the thing that's your passion, the thing that you love, you can attain it if you just don't give up. And as they say, you let go of all your stuff and you let God, and you see what you can do. You can go from a bad mindset, being in jail, being a gang member, fighting, shooting, and everything else, having women, kids, and all that kind of stuff. But if you stay to that thing, to that passion, that thing that God put in you, if you stay strong to that, God, even though you took yourself off the path for a while, your blessing is still always there. Your blessings from God are always there. God does not take the blessing from us. We the one that we take it from ourselves, but it still stays there until you get back on track, do what God has called you to do, and you can get back on it and have it again. So that was the perfect example of how much God loves us, that he doesn't take anything from you. He just puts it right there on the shelf until you get your act together. And then he said, here it is. It's been waiting on you all this time. I never threw it away. I never got rid of it. I was just waiting on you to do what you needed to do so I could take it off the shelf and give it to you. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, this is Brother Darryl McGriff with Love Sync Ministries. This has been Love Sessions. I would like to thank both my guests today, author and speaker, Miss Verenia Peace from earlier, and today my main man. Love to see what's going on with him, Mr. Derwin Lamb. So you guys take care. Again, always walk in love, because you might be the only love that anybody sees. So, oh, and don't forget, Boy Low on YouTube, subscribe. Make sure when you subscribe, you make it public so I can see you. I want to give you 100th subscriber, $100. That 100th subscriber will get $100. I need you guys to pump this up so that we can get monetized. I want to give this money away. I'm tired of seeing all these secular YouTube channels where these guys are buying cars and Rolex and expensive gifts for one another, which is nothing wrong with that. But I'm just tired of seeing it. I want to monetize this and use that money to give to you, because I know a lot of you would probably need it more than somebody spending all that money just to buy themselves a Rolex or a new car and all that kind of stuff. I want you. I really want you to help me monetize Facebook and YouTube. I want to see the joy in your face when I give you money. And if you ever been to our Love Sync meetings, when we had them, we always gave away gift cards. Not one, not two, but we have 3 gift cards that we gave away through each meeting we had. And we just love to give to God's people. So make sure you tell your friends, tell your family to go on to Facebook and like and comment and do everything there to pump it up. And on YouTube, make sure you comment, share, and subscribe, and watch all these videos. Do everything that you can to pump this up. Number 1, 100th subscriber on YouTube. Make sure it's public so I can see you get that $100. So you guys continually walk in love, Stay blessed, stay safe, and I will see you and put it out when I do the next love sessions. Brother Darryl McGriff, you guys be blessed and take care and continuously walk in love.